Today, we bring you the story of Prince Desmond, O.M. Ononuju, a retired Nigerian police officer and presently the Commandant General of Atmosphere for Love Chaplaincy, a paramilitary organization. He takes us through his upbringing, his experiences in the force, and how he was able to stand tall and contribute to the society. Please stay tuned and be inspired.
As early as 11, I could go to the market, shop, come home. I cook for the whole family, a family of 10 at that tender age.
Sometimes I have to go selling akara to make some little money or to be given some few of those akara as part of the payment.
From JS3 to XS3, I was working in the market in Warri. In a particular market called Besu Market, I was pushing wheelbarrow and truck, then as a student.
My names are Dr. Prince Desmond Odinakachi Madekenwa Ononuju. By the grace of God, I am born into a royal family in Umuoma Kindred, Umuocha village, our community, Uguta local government area of Imo State. I am born into the family of Ononuju by Mr. and Miss Jonathan and Priscilla Ononuju on the 4th day of July 1970. And around 76, I started my primary education at our community school and rounded it up in 1983, and the same year started my secondary career, which took me through 1988. Then I departed Imo State for Lagos, where I had opportunity of going for driving school. After my driving school, I secured an employment. Finally, because of a divine assignment, I left Lagos for Abuja. Finally, in 1993, January 2nd. When I came to Abuja, after establishing one or two things that I came for, I secured employment with the Nigeria Police. I went for training at Police College, Ilorin, Kwara State. I joined the police in 1993. November 1st is my enlistment date. And my first number is 208990. That's 208990. That's my first number. At times, I will be in the office, but I will sign what we call authority to collect salary. I will sign it and give to my wife in the house. Say, go to my office or come to my office and collect my salary and go. My colleagues will be there. They will see my wife, come to the office, sign my salary and go with it while I'm in the office. And some of my friends begin to challenge me, why do you do such things? I say, yes, I do it for the peace of my family. I want my wife to know the last 10 kobo of my salary. After how much was my salary by then? 718 naira. So I said, I want my wife to know the last 1 naira on my salary, so that if I tell her tomorrow I don't have money, she will not need to doubt me. Moreover, when she collects it and come, we sit down on the table and share it for whatever purpose it is. Then the one meant for my daily transport to work will be given to me. I will keep it to myself. And when there's no money again, she will not know how to manage herself until the next salary comes. So as a result of that, I face a lot of challenges. There are many things that even when I was involved in a road patrol. A lot of things came up. I stood to my feet in some areas. I also faced some challenges. But at the end of the day, it will either make me to leave them or to press until that thing which I want is done for the good of the Nigerian police name. Nevertheless, I want to use the opportunity to say that Nigerian police, which I loved, which I served, never loved me. I say so because I served the Nigerian police faithfully to the best of my ability, religiously. I committed my resources, I committed everything humanly possible to ensure that the police work during my own era is done and done perfectly. I served at different capacities. I earned transfers, not because I was a bad boy, but because the senior officers who knew me or who came across me were looking for opportunity to work with me as their boy, either as their orderly, as their driver, as their one personal aid or the other. That is why if I serve this officer today, the person bigger than him in rank tomorrow will initiate a transfer for me to appear in his office. Before you know it, another senior officer greater than him also will transfer me. That's why throughout the police force, I never worked in a division. I never worked in a local government level. I've only worked in states and federal level till I retired. So I want to say that Nigeria police that I gave my best to, surprisingly, at the cost of my duty, I sustained injuries. At the cost of my duty, I faced a lot of problems. At the cost of my duty, I got a lot of unpleasant things happening to me. But Nigeria police never cared to help me in any of those issues. Mbidi is Imo, Amoka is Anambra, they share the same boundary. And I was posted on duty there. We are 4 in number. Unfortunately, an incident happened. A police team patrolled, chased somebody to our points, and at the process, released gunshots, which the gunshots injured a man, whom later we took to the hospital. At the point of treating him, the man died. On my own, I have no case to answer. My bullets, my gun I signed for, were all intact. Nothing was wrong with them. And at the end of that duty, I returned my gun and returned my bullets intact. But do you know, surprisingly, at the end of that matter, it went to court. And somebody wrote a petition. And without police properly investigating, they charged all of us to court. And the judge, Justice Njamanze, with that caution, ruled that all of us should be sentenced to death by hanging. But the question is, was it how many bullets that killed the man? 1 bullet. How many policemen involved in the matter? 7 policemen. The question that comes, was it 7 policemen that triggered the 1 bullet that killed the person? The answer is no. Now the another question is, was it illegal duty? The answer is also no, because the police AIG sent a senior police officer who came to the court and testified that we were posted on official duty, that he was aware of why we are there, that he posted us, that we are his children. Then if we are his children, we are posted on official duty, why then are we being punished? When I joined the police, I was posted to FCT. I told my CP, I went to my CP. I said, please sir, I entered the Nigeria Police Force with secondary school certificates, my O level. Please, I have the burning desire to continue my education, but just that I didn't have somebody to assist me the more. But now I am working. Can you permit me? Let me be going on night duty and use the daytime to go for my school. I will appreciate that, so I can be able to come up educationally and give more better service to Nigeria Police Force. My CP said he will not approve such. That if I want to go further in my education, I should first of all resign. And the question is, if I resign, will the police still pay me? No. If I resign, who will then sponsor my education? I wanted to start using my money, my salary, to sponsor my education. But I was denied that privilege. Good and fine. I decided to remain. But may I tell you, when I was condemned to death, I was taken to Port Harcourt prison. Just 3-4 months after I was sent to Port Harcourt prison. the God of heaven came down live in Port Harcourt prison, that the federal government approved that university, tertiary institutions can have their campuses in the Nigeria prisons. And before you know it, Ahmadu Bello University found their campus in Port Harcourt prison. Before you know it, it was publicized in the prison that anybody who is willing, look at a condemned man, a man who is waiting in the next few days to be hanged at the gallows. My spirit said, you will not die, go and enroll. I didn't have anybody to go for me, but by faith, I went to the welfare department. Thank God for the welfare department in Port Harcourt prison. They assisted me. Finally, I got enrolled. And the organization of Christian bodies that comes to Port Harcourt prison called UCPM volunteered to pay my school fees. They pay my school fees, and I was able to also get assistance from other sources to buy my handouts and pay other bills. Before I could know it, I was able to complete my theological education. In fact, I also enrolled to 2 other theological institutions and passed out. And also, Ahmadu Bello giving us the privilege, I was also able to get my diploma in guidance and counseling. After doing my diploma, we were still given another opportunity. Those who want to go into bachelor. I surrendered because I could not further. No strength any longer. But God raised the strength from somewhere. And I was encouraged once again. I went and picked the form. And one of my sister, Ogechi Bridget Okolo, from Ojukwu University today, volunteered to give me a helping hand. And I started. Before I could know it, I finished my bachelor and obtained my bachelor degree in public administration. I did not stop at that. I also, by the grace of God, involved myself in other field of learning within the confines of the prison yard. Luckily, all I applied for, I successfully got approvals and admission. And today, I came out from the prison after the Supreme Court looked at my matter and told the Nigeria Police Force that they were wrong condemning a man whom they gave a gun, and at the end of that duty, they inspected the gun was not having any fault. Who they gave a number of bullets, at the end of the duty, they counted the bullet did not have a deduction. On what ground did they now convict me? The court now asked, was it with stick or with stone that the man was killed? And the answer was no, it was bullets. And somebody by name Inspector Sunday Wadego, his own gun had an issue. The bullet had an issue. Then instead of holding the man that had an issue, an innocent person was involved just because I had nobody to speak for me. Let me tell you, God, in His own mercy, decided to save my life. If not, Nigeria government, Nigeria police, Nigeria judiciary would have killed an innocent man. But thank God that God also rose up and went to the Supreme Court and told the judges there to use their office and save an innocent man. And on the 10th of June 2013, a verdict was released by the Supreme Court in Abuja that I should be released from custody. By the grace of God, after some due processes, on my birthday, 4th of July 2013, the prison door was knocked by members of the Supreme Court, and order was given to police authority to release me from their custody.
There is what you call grand corruption, petty corruption, and systemic corruption.
Free education is the cheapest a project a government can embark, unlike construction.
Small issues like lights, steady power supply. For me, that's the biggest issue.
We need to look at socio-political, economic foundations and resilience organizations for our teenagers.
Leadership is an opportunity for you to serve other people. And if you are not willing to serve, you have no business being in leadership.
That while I was in the prison, a body of clergies, a body of Christian pastors, reverends and others of them, were the one who contributed money and was paying my tuition fee throughout my diploma and bachelor. And my spirit said, I owe it also a duty to assist in paying the society for good, despite the ill I've suffered in the past. May I say this, ever before I was involved in that tragedy, as a policeman, I was a clergy. And God gave me a passion. God gave me a burden that in my streets where I lived in Nyanya, Abuja by then, every end of section of primary school period, I will buy books, pencil, biro, erasers, ruler, school materials. If school is to resume tomorrow, today I'll call all the children within my street together in my house. I will share them books, I will share them biro, I will share them chalk, I will share them whatever is available for them to put in the school. It was a burden that came to my heart, and with passion I followed it up. Then when I now find myself in Imo State, I came to see people in my community, women in my community, languishing, more especially the widows. Another burden came to care for the widows. Now what I started doing was at the end of every week, every Saturday, when I'm coming back to my house for weekend, I will buy jerry cans of kerosene. When I come back, they will use 2-liter gallon to share those kerosene. And they will go from, I will send somebody to go from house to the house of the widows, to give them the kerosene with a message. Your husband said you should always ensure that you put lamp in your house. And one of the motivations for this is that I happened to visit a widow one day, a relation who is a widow. I discovered that she was in darkness around 8 o'clock in the night. I asked, why are you in darkness? She said she have no kerosene to put in her lamp. She said for the past 1 week to 2 now, she have not been able to sleep with light in the house because she have no kerosene to put there and she have no money. That was where the burden came in my heart immediately. And I started sharing kerosene to the widows. And before you know it, it started increasing from her, second person, third person, fourth person. That is how it kept on increasing. That I found myself that every week I was buying 25 to 50 liters of kerosene just to share to widows. I was doing this until the tragedy occurred. I found myself in the prison. As I speak to you today, I'm an ambassador of peace. As I speak to you now, I am a fellow, Institute of National Security and Intelligence Studies. As I speak to you today, I'm a traditional chief. I am today Omemma of Nigeria. As I speak to you today, I'm a clergy. I'm a reverend. There are a lot of awards I have received today from government and non-governmental agencies. And by the grace of God, I am the founder and the current Commandant General, Atmosphere of Love Chaplaincy, a multi-religious and multi-ethnic outfit with the primary purpose of uniting Nigerians, irrespective of religion, irrespective of tribe, irrespective of whatever inclination. Atmosphere of Love Chaplaincy is a body that brings all religious leaders together. A Christian, a Muslim, a Hindu, a Sabbatarian, an Ekanka man, an Olumba man, whatever religion you profess. As I speak to you, Atmosphere of Love Chaplaincy has branches in the 36 states of Nigeria, including FCT. Atmosphere of Love Chaplaincy, as I speak to you, have branches in 7 countries. As I speak to you, the Cameroon Commandant General is around now, is in the office. As I speak to you, we have branch in Cameroon, we have in Togo, we have in Ivory Coast, we have in Germany, we have in the United States of America, we have in United Kingdom. 7 countries. The parents should be able to stand by the side of their children, even when they face difficult challenges, whether they are guilty or not guilty. May I tell you, anything that happens physically today have happened spiritually. Many of our children goes into putting hand in the pot to take meat, not because their parents do not give them meat when they're eating. Some of them are propelled by one force or the other. So if your child happens to commit such thing, don't just kill the child. Go into investigation, find out what pushed this child. When I give this child soup, I give him meat. Why then should he go back to the pot to go and steal from the pot? Then if it's a child that is not being given meat when he's eating, and maybe when he see other children eating, their parents give them meat, then you should adjust and be giving him meat. So what I'm trying to say is that the parents have a very greater role to play in that they are the biological parents. They grow up, the children grow up with them. They live with them till when they become an adult to live on their own. So the parents should be able to go a long way to care for their children. Even when they make mistake, try to correct them with love. And even when they are guilty of offenses and the government finds them guilty, they should not just abandon them. Let them pass through the government agency, that's the warders, to find a way to reorientate those children. They can come out and become useful. I want to advise our politicians. If God has blessed you through any means at all, please use the money. Create job opportunities. Help the people. Build industries. Grant soft loans to people. The government should also do their parts. Let me tell you, if there's power, if there's electricity, many things will go well. There's nothing anybody today will do without the use of power. Even Baba needs power. The goldsmith needs power. Every segment, even name it, the hairdressers, they need power. So when government provide power, people will think of more alternative job to do than looking for white-collar jobs of government, which is not forthcoming. In fact, governments have a lot to do. The clergies also have a lot to do. The imams, the pastors, let them also use the word of God, the holy books, the Holy Quran, the Holy Bible, to talk to the youths and let them know that all hope is not lost so long as there's life. And whatever has happened to me, also I want to use it to talk to my people, to talk to the youth of this nation, that no matter the challenge they are facing, may they not resort to criminality. May they not resort to lawlessness. May they not resort to violence. It does not pay. If I've resorted to violence, I would not be where I am today. By the grace of God, United Nations invited my organization last 2 months for a meeting in United States of America. If I have resorted to violence, even as police have refused to pay me, even as police have decided to punish me more for no just cause, yet I will never resort to violence. I will never resort to criminality. I will never resort to anything that will bring about lawlessness. Rather, I will continue to use the path of peace until I actualize what is mine. By the grace of God, I am a triple prince. I'm from a royal family. My mother is from a royal family. My wife is from a royal family. So that is the woman that God has used to beautify me. I mean no other person but Princess Peace Chiamaka Desmond Ononuju. This is my story.
One thing I wish for people to know is a man of integrity. His yes is yes and his no is no. I just believe his word is always stand. So I will always support him in any way, in prayers, in any way I can, just to make sure that his vision did not die. ALC is his vision, and that is one of the things he always say. So I don't want that to die.
Since he has been in the front, while we are following him up, we've not been afraid because we know that he will take us to our destination. And this person you are seeing doesn't sleep all the night to make sure that this organization will forge ahead. Even if you like now, you can make a trial this night. Just call him on phone. One ring, he will answer you, telling you that he is not sleeping over this present play. And I have vowed that by any means, I will give him the maximum support and follow him until we get to the final destination. And I know where we are going. It's very close. And so far he's there, still alive, and people are acknowledging what he's doing, we will still go to our destination.
There are a lot of people that has future in this country. Is one of them that's been hidden somewhere. The government need to locate and find out what they have for this country. He's a man that loves everybody. And this organization that he found out was found a platform of love. And he has been a man that carry everybody along. I've been with him for over 2-3 years now. I know him as a man who loves caring for the people. And he has been doing his best. And I believe that his best is good enough. And I'm also begging the Nigerians to look deeply and find out some organization that has interest, that has focus, that have wisdom to this country, to locate them and support them one way or the other, so that Nigeria will move forward.
ANC integrity. ANC integrity. Integrity. ANC. Are you good to go? Good to go. Good to go. Good to go, sir.
And that's it on My Story today. For your comments and suggestions, please send a text or WhatsApp message to 0806 004 2843. Thank you for staying tuned.